9 years ago, I came to the Yukon.
This is just the beginning. You know, I mean, that pan, we're going to be throwing thousands of those through a plant every day.
A lot of people have come and gone, but we're still here.
This year, failure is not an option.
I am not giving Todd Hoffman 100 ounces of my gold.
Reality TV has many popular shows, and one that stands out is Gold Rush, for the massive amount of money the crew members get paid. Instead of celebrity antics, this series follows dedicated mining teams chasing big profits. These miners risk everything for a shot at striking it rich, with potential earnings in the millions. Are you curious about the real rewards behind their hard work? Let us dive deep into the hidden truths of the gold mining industry that will blow your mind. Young Parker Schnabel's amazing mining life. Parker Schnabel, a well-known American gold miner and TV star, boasts a net worth of $13 million. Born on July 22, 1994 in Haines, Alaska, Parker comes from a family with a strong background in mining. His parents, Roger and Nancy, and his brother Payson, all share a deep connection to the industry. Remarkably, Parker started mining at the young age of 5 under the guidance of his grandfather, John Schnabel, who owned the Big Nugget mine. Even before he was tall enough to reach the controls, Parker was already getting hands-on experience with heavy machinery. During his teenage years, Parker was not only involved in mining, he also played on his high school basketball team, where he was recognized for his athletic skills. His love for the outdoors and a keen interest in geology led him to study mining in college, where he dreamed of one day taking over the family business. After his grandfather began to step back, Parker took on more responsibilities at the mine. Despite being younger than many on his team, he showed true leadership, guiding them with confidence and determination. Eventually, Parker decided to drop out of college to focus fully on mining, using his college savings to fund an ambitious new venture in the Yukon. On the personal front, Parker has been lucky in love. He dated Ashley Ewell, an Australian veterinary nurse who joined him on his reality show in the Klondike. However, the couple split in December 2018 after being together for 2 years. In 2019, it was rumored that Parker was seeing Sheena Cowell, an assistant producer on his show. Known for his hard-working nature, Parker often puts his career before his personal life. He recently shared on Reddit that his employees typically earn $28 per hour, working about 75 hours a week. This translates to an annual gross income of around $65,000 before bonuses, with potential for even more through significant bonuses. Now, let's talk about Rick Ness, another major figure in reality TV and a musician, who has a net worth of $3 million. Born on March 5, 1981 in Michigan, Rick had a tumultuous childhood before making his mark in the gold mining world. He initially worked in his father's construction business, which was crucial in building his skills with heavy machinery. Rick joined the Gold Rush cast in its 3rd season and quickly established himself as a key player. He started as a heavy machinery operator, but his dedication and hard work impressed Parker, leading to a promotion to foreman. He proved his leadership and expertise in managing the Indian River mining operation. Beyond mining, Rick pursued a passion for music, creating the 357 String Band, which toured internationally and released 3 albums. His music career brought him to Alaska, where he met Schnabel and eventually switched to mining full-time. Initially, Rick had aspirations to play professional football, but a serious brain injury redirected his career path toward mining. Rick earns $25,000 per episode, and despite a significant error that once cost Parker $50,000, he launched his own mining team in Season 9, setting a record for the most gold mined by a rookie mine boss. Rick assembled a dedicated team of miners who tackled numerous challenges, but remained committed to their goal. In his personal life, Rick has found happiness with Lise Marie. The couple got engaged in October 2022 after dating for 2 years, with Rick proposing on Lisa's birthday, a day they will always remember. Their relationship is frequently featured on social media, providing fans with a glimpse into their supportive and affectionate interactions. Despite the demands of their careers, Rick and Lise have managed to build a solid foundation for their future together, showing the world their path through shared love and support. Let's dive into the life of Roger Schnabel, who's not just Parker Schnabel's dad, but also a part owner of the Big Nugget Mine. Roger's a businessman and a well-known face on reality TV, with his wealth estimated at about $10 million. Born in the chilly surroundings of Alaska on February 12, 1954, to parents John and Irma Deera Schnabel, Roger grew up alongside his two sisters, Margaret and Mary. His dad, John, wasn't just good at mining gold. He also ran several businesses, including a major mining operation. Growing up around such industry, Roger quickly developed a keen interest in mining, thanks to the influence of his father. Roger Schnabel's busy life in mining. Before selling it in 2018, Roger managed the Big Nugget Mine, adding a significant chunk to his wealth. He also started and successfully ran a road construction business for an impressive 41 years. Roger's fame rose when he joined the cast of Gold Rush right from its first season, often appearing alongside his father John, until John passed away in 2016. Roger is widely respected for his in-depth knowledge of gold mining, making him one of the field's leading experts. Roger's personal life is just as full. He's married to Nancy Schnabel and is the proud father of two, Parker and Payson. Although he's never snagged an award for his efforts, Roger's path from a regular businessman to a reality TV star has been nothing short of remarkable. Despite his age, he's accomplished things many only dream about. His earnings per episode of Gold Rush are rumored to be between $20,000 and $25,000, though these are estimates and can vary. Shifting focus to Fred Dodge, another big name in American TV, and a master gold miner known for his exceptional skills in gold recovery and designing specialized equipment. Freddie Dodge's net worth floats around $500,000, though some argue it might be closer to $400,000. This discrepancy could stem from different ways of calculating net worth or changes in Freddie's finances over time. Freddie's love for gold mining started young. By 8 years old, he was already panning for gold in creeks. His expertise in gold recovery evolved from these early experiences. Freddie first appeared on TV in Gold Rush Season 1, initially as a consultant for gold-finding machinery. His role expanded in Season 3 after making a brief appearance in Season 2, joining the Hoffman crew full-time. He even popped up in the spin-off Gold Rush The Jungle. When mining in the Klondike hit a seasonal pause, the team ventured to Guyana for a spin-off, though this trip didn't bring much success in gold. Over the years, Freddie's earnings have seen a steady increase, reportedly making between $10,000 and $15,000 for each episode in the early seasons of Gold Rush. His pay for his appearances on his own shows and other series likely follows a similar pattern. Freddie also earns a percentage of the gold he helps to recover during the show. Off-screen, Freddie enjoys a happy family life with his wife Lisa Dodge, whom he's been married to for nearly 28 years, and their two daughters. His hobbies extend beyond mining to include hunting, competitive shooting, and he has even worked as a gun safety instructor. Finally, let's talk about Tony Beets, a powerhouse in the gold mining industry, and a Dutch-Canadian miner whose net worth tops $15 million. Tony is a major player in the Klondike, known for his straightforward approach and his colorful language, which often gets him censored on TV, earning him the nickname Tony Peep. Born on December 15, 1959, in Weidenes, Netherlands, Tony headed to Canada looking for better job opportunities after years of working with his family, including milking cows to help make ends meet. Tony's mining adventure began in 1984 in Dawson City, Yukon Territory, after he spent 3 years in construction. He's renowned for hiring local youths, many of whom grow into key players in his mining operations and become like family. Tony first appeared on Gold Rush in its second season, giving advice on drilling test holes. He's been in more than 160 episodes across 5 seasons and invested $1 million in a dredge he calls the Viking Dredge. On the personal side, Tony met his wife Minnie when they were just kids, and they've since built a strong and enduring life together, deeply rooted in the world of mining. Tony and Minnie Beets grew up next door to each other in the quaint Dutch village of Bergwoerd, Friesland. Their love story began in 1978 when they started going out together. After a year and a half of dating, Tony moved to Canada, and Minnie didn't waste any time in following him there. They got married when they were both 24 years old and went on to have 4 kids: Kevin, Monica, Mike, and Bianca. Unfortunately, they faced a heartbreaking loss when their daughter Jasmine died at just 2.5 years old in 1992. Tony Beets' big move to Klondike. Today, the Beets family runs a business together, with all the kids pitching in. Minnie handles all the bookkeeping and administrative tasks. They also have a second home in Arizona for the winter months, and Tony drives a fancy Mercedes convertible worth about $145,000. Back in 2015, Tony got into a bit of trouble after a Gold Rush episode aired showing one of his employees dumping gasoline into his pond and setting it on fire, which led to some legal issues under the Yukon Waters Act. From the show, Tony earns between $22,000 and $25,000 for each episode he appears in. Chris Dumit, another significant player on Gold Rush, started off as a plant carpenter before joining the show right from its first season in 2010. He first worked with Todd Hoffman and later switched to Parker Schnabel's team. Chris is well-liked and known for his friendly nature. By 2024, he's built up a net worth of about $400,000. He was born on August 17, 1951, in Portland, Oregon, and comes from an Arab background. Chris grew up on a farm where he often helped his dad with the machinery, gaining essential skills that would later help him in his career. Besides his skills with machines, he's also a sharpshooter and an avid hunter. Chris has had a diverse career. He used to work in construction and even taught firearm safety for the Sandy Police Department. His mining career began quite by chance when he agreed to build a cabin for his buddy Greg Rensburg in 2010. Instead of staying for just 10 days as planned, he ended up staying for 5 months, during which he learned a great deal about mining from Todd Hoffman and his crew. Despite the crew's inability to find gold in the initial stages, Chris's hard work didn't go unnoticed, and he quickly became an indispensable member of the Hoffman team. After 3 seasons with Todd, he joined Parker Schnabel's team and, along with Rick Ness, became one of Parker's most reliable crew members. Chris enjoys cigars and has turned this passion into a business, selling cigars and golf accessories through his website, dumitcigar.com. As a regular face on Gold Rush, Chris's earnings are substantial, with reports suggesting he makes $25,000 per episode. Now, let's talk about Todd Hoffman, a standout personality in the world of gold mining and reality television. His estimated net worth stands at $7 million. Todd's passion for mining was sparked by his father, Jack Hoffman, who was also a gold prospector. Born on April 12, 1969, in Sandy, Oregon, Todd was a bright student who excelled at Portland Christian High School. He furthered his education at William Jessup University, studying Middle Eastern history, and then at Northwestern Christian University, where he studied communications. Todd initially ran an aircraft leasing business in Oregon, but after the business failed, he looked for new opportunities. Driven by his father's influence, Todd moved to Porcupine Creek, Alaska, with 6 friends, all united by the goal of mining gold and living a more sustainable, off-the-grid lifestyle. Despite a rocky start with difficulties in obtaining funding and dealing with initial failures, Todd's persistent efforts eventually paid off. He joined forces with other miners in 2010 to start mining gold in the Klondike region of Alaska. This group struck gold, literally, making over $1 million in their first season. Over the years, Todd has expanded his business interests, launching a clothing line under the 316 mining brand and partnering in a venture to innovate gold extraction from mine tailings. Todd has ambitions to take his mining ventures to international soils, specifically aiming for Peru and Colombia. Todd's financial take from the show is reportedly $25,000 per episode, though this can vary based on negotiations and specific contractual terms. Jimmy's wild ride in Gold Rush. Let's dive into the life of Jimmy Dorsey, an adventurous real estate agent who loves a good thrill. His net worth is estimated at $600,000, and he comes from Clackamas County in Oregon. Jimmy attended Met Hood Community College, where he picked up the stand-up bass but didn't stick around to graduate. Instead, he hit the road, playing bass with different bands. When he wasn't touring, he kept himself afloat financially by teaching snowboarding at Met Hood Meadows and working as a truck driver. Eventually, he met Joy, his future wife, and decided to settle down in Sandy, Oregon in the early 2000s. They started a family and ventured into the real estate business. Unfortunately, when the real estate market crashed during the economic downturn, Jimmy's career took a significant hit, prompting him to join Todd Hoffman's gold mining team. Jimmy's time on the reality TV show was filled with intense moments, including a memorable fistfight with fellow cast member Greg Rensburg. Todd Hoffman was not pleased with the discord, leading to Jimmy being asked to leave the show. The crew even celebrated his departure by burning down his cabin. Despite these harsh experiences, Jimmy was on the show for a total of 80 days, and he was supposed to earn $1,000 per episode. However, there was no formal contract in place, just a handshake agreement. After leaving the show, Jimmy openly talked about his poor treatment and claimed that much of the show was not as real as it seemed. He faced a lot of challenges and hostility, but had hoped to stick it out. Unfortunately, the producers did not see a future for him in the show's narrative, and he had to leave. Now let's shift focus to James Harness, the indispensable mechanic of the Hoffman crew, born on October 3, 1956. James had a knack for fixing just about anything that broke down at the mining site. Unfortunately, a severe car accident 10 years before he started mining left him with a crippling spinal injury, which he could not afford to treat surgically. This injury often caused him unbearable pain, particularly during the physically demanding mining work. However, during one off-season, a medical center in Boston, touched by his story, covered the expenses for the much-needed surgery. Despite this generous gesture, Todd Hoffman had to let him go 3 months into the second season due to James's dependency on painkillers, which led to many absences. Tragically, James Harness passed away from a stroke at the age of 57 on July 3, 2014. His passing was announced to the public in the episode titled Gold-Blooded, which aired on December 10, 2014. In this episode, Todd Hoffman informed the crew of James's death by a campfire, but the scene was evidently staged months after the actual event. If James had indeed passed away just yesterday as implied, it wouldn't have been dark so early, and the crew wouldn't have needed heavy jackets. This mirrored an earlier episode where James was fired, where the audio was added afterwards, and the camera only showed the back of his head, suggesting manipulation. James Harness's estate was valued at around $2 million, with his earnings per episode reportedly at $12,000. Finally, we turn to Jim Thurber, a well-known face on the Gold Rush series. Before joining the Hoffman crew, Jim had a long career as a sheet metal worker and fisherman, and he even enjoyed motocross racing. Now acting as the camp safety officer, Jim's job is to keep the crew safe from the dangers of active mining operations and the wildlife, including grizzly bears that roam the area. Estimated to be worth about $350,000 in 2024, Jim initially knew very little about mining. However, he quickly learned the ropes and became an integral part of the team by the 5th season. Besides his role in the team, Jim is also famous for his prominent mustache, which is almost as well recognized as his contributions to the mining efforts. Jim earns about $10,000 per episode, showcasing his valuable role in the team's pursuit of gold. Is the pursuit of gold on Gold Rush worth the tremendous risks these miners take, or is it a gamble that puts their livelihoods on the line? What do you think about the high stakes involved? Share your thoughts and remember to like and subscribe for more.